Former U.S. Senator Larry Pressler had political differences with the late Jimmy Carter during their time in Washington. Yet, Pressler considers the former president a role model. KELOLAND's Perry Groten sat down with Pressler today for his reflections about Carter's legacy and his influence on South Dakota.
Larry Pressler was a Republican member of the U.S. House of Representatives when Jimmy Carter was elected president.
And he was always fair to me. We were in the opposite parties, but I always got along well with him.
Both Carter and Pressler came into office in the aftermath of the Watergate scandal that had rocked the national political landscape.
Yes, I think he was kind of a rebound politician, as I was too. People wanted somebody new, somebody different.
Pressler credits Carter, a former peanut farmer, for standing up for ag interests during his presidency.
He worked hard on trying to influence farm prices. He wasn't always successful, but his heart was always in the right place.
Pressler opposed Carter when he enacted a grain embargo against the then Soviet Union in response to the Soviets' invasion of Afghanistan.
And I made the motion on the Senate floor to lift the grain embargo, and it passed in the Senate. Of course, I didn't lift it, but that was a signal to the White House that we wanted that grain embargo lifted, and especially it was good for South Dakota ranchers and farmers to lift that grain embargo.
Pressler was a Vietnam veteran who opposed Carter's pardon of Vietnam War draft evaders.
I didn't like it at the time because I served in Vietnam in the U.S. Army, 2 tours of duty, and but that doesn't mean I'm right. But I'd rather he wouldn't have done that.
Pressler says Carter's years of public service following his presidency were an inspiration to him.
He was kind of a model for me in how to behave as a former public official.
Now, Carter's death has Pressler reflecting upon his own mortality.
Of course, I'm hearing a lot of my friends die these days, hearing about them. But you got to just accept that time moves on, and time and tide waits for no man.
In Sioux Falls, Perry Groten, KELOLAND News.
Now, Pressler says he also admired Carter's religious convictions and how his faith guided many of his policy decisions. We also talked with U.S. Senator Mike Rounds about how he views Carter's presidency and legacy.